Hi guys, so in today's video we're going to be doing an update on the Phillip Paulwell's baby and his baby mother being kidnapped story, and the first portion of this story is going to come from Jamaica Observer because they gave us updates all throughout the night. And it says, Kingston, Jamaica, the police have confirmed that 4 persons were taken into custody on Thursday in relation to the kidnapping of Member of Parliament Phillip Paulwell's 10-month-old daughter, Sarayah Paulwell, and her mother, 27-year-old Toshyna Patterson. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey disclosed in an update on Friday that one of the suspects is a 34-year-old petty officer in the United States Navy. He stated that based on the quality and potency of the evidence, the suspect could be facing charges of kidnapping and conspiracy to murder, among other charges. The evidence that we have garnered so far is very strong and stand up to any scrutiny in the court of law, Bailey said, and adding that the investigation is still ongoing. However, it is at an advanced stage. On September 9th, Paulwell confirmed reports that his 10-month-old daughter, Sarayah, and her mother were missing. Paulwell said the two were seemingly abducted from their home at Glenmore Drive in Kingston 20 on the morning of September 9th and have not seen or been heard from since, and that was a whole month ago. And later on Friday night actually, they updated the case, and this is from Gleaner, and it says the police are now processing a crime scene they believe is linked to the disappearance of opposition member of parliament Phillip Paulwell's 10-month-old daughter and her mother, law enforcement sources says. Investigators are at a location in Rockfort community of eastern Kingston. Senior police officials have declined to comment on the latest development, which comes almost a month since Sarayah Paulwell and her mother, Toshyna, 27, was reportedly abducted from their home. Observer Online sources says that both bodies were burnt and have gunshot wounds. According to Observer Online sources, the police will depend on DNA results to identify the two bodies. The sources said that investigators went to an area to search based on solid information, and that was in Rockfort, East Kingston. This came hours after Leoda Bradshaw, a 34-year-old U.S. Navy who is also the mother of one of Paulwell's children, was taken into custody. And if you guys don't remember, Miss Leoda came out scorching hot when people were asking about her conversations that she had with Toshyna, because according to Toshyna's sister that was at the house before she got kidnapped, she went outside to talk to Leoda Bradshaw, Phillip's Paulwell baby mother that lived in the United States, which is why she went out there and took the baby with her. So the baby mother from a foreign can meet the baby mother a yard. So it says DCP named 34-year-old petty officer in the United States Navy Leoda Bradshaw, who shares a child with Phillip Paulwell, among persons in custody. Attorney at law Deborah Martin, who is representing Bradshaw, said her client has provided a statement and her cell phone to the police. Bradshaw issued a statement on September 10th in I wish to state categorically that I have absolutely nothing to do with the disappearance of Miss Toshyna Patterson and her baby girl. Paulwell is Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal and leader of the opposition business in the House of Representatives. This is scary and comes at a time when I have been threatened by scammers who have hacked my phone and banking data and are demanding money to release them, he said in a statement on September 9th. So That's what Leoda had to say at the time, and according to her, she only had one conversation with Toshyna, and that was on Facebook. And I thought that was sketchy. As soon as Miss Leoda found out that Philip had a baby in Jamaica, that the baby and the baby mother came up missing. I feel like a lot of people were on the right track with this, which is why she had to come out and say that she didn't have anything to do with it. But one thing that got me was when they said they took persons off a flight. And Miss Leoda don't live in Jamaica. She live in the United States. And that forced me to start thinking that it was maybe her they took off a plane. Because if she had left Jamaica, it would have been very hard for them to get her back in Jamaica. I don't know why she would go out her way to kill or try to kill or conspire to kill a mother and her child when she has the same baby father. And this is what happens in Jamaica, because whether you're broke, you're a politician, you're up the upper echelon of society, a lot of Jamaican men are still participating in gallus culture and dishonesty and cheating. And now we're in a time where people are not taking cheating and dishonesty the same way that they used to. And they're not taking getting cheated on and having a baby outside of their relationship the same way that they used to anymore. People are going to great lengths when they get. So this is a forewarning for men and women. Please, if you're going to play with people's emotions, okay, tell them exactly what you're doing. Don't try to facilitate any relationship. Just tell them you're having fun. Because according to Leoda, she was shocked when she learned that Philip may have had a baby in Jamaica, and they were just about to do a DNA test before Mr. Shana went missing. So, all in all, I'm waiting for this story to unfold a little bit more, because if she was the one that actually pulled the trigger and burnt their bodies and did all of that, she is a wicked and she deserved to be put underneath the jail. I guess she didn't want the money that was going to her daughter to be split in two, and she felt like she was probably wronged. But with that being said, that is the latest update. Keep in your pants and trying to play with people's emotions. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Man wicked, but woman wicked just the same. Deuces.
In light of the misinformation swirling in the public domain regarding the disappearance of Miss Toshyna Patterson and her 10-month-old child, I deem it necessary to provide to the public the official brief at this time. On Saturday, September 9, 2023, a missing person report was made to the police at the St. Andrews Central Division regarding the disappearance of Miss Toshyna Patterson and her 10-month-old child, Sarayah Paulwell, from their home at 3 Galmore Drive, Kingston 20. Since then, this investigation has morphed into a very complex case of kidnapping and conspiracy. The quality and potency of the evidence amassed thus far has led us to take into custody 4 persons in relation to this investigation. One of those persons is Miss Leoda Bradshaw, a 34-year-old petty officer in the U.S. Navy. The investigation is still ongoing. However, it is at an advanced stage. We continue to appeal to anyone with information to make contact with us. We also continue to engage our stakeholders. The persons in custody will go through a series of administrative procedures before formal charges are considered. At that time, an update will be provided to the nation through the press.
DCP, usually you would wait until charges have been laid to call persons' names, to make certain announcements. Just elaborate, if you can, why it was necessary to break from that established trend in this case.
As I indicated, there's a lot of misinformation that is swirling in the public. And we think, in particular, with Miss Bradshaw, we have evidence that we could advance a case at this time. But we want to ensure that we cross every T and dot every I. And so there are a number of things that are ongoing. And so we want to ensure that those have come to a conclusion before we proceed with the formal charging of her.
And in terms of the prospect of the charges, are you able to say what direction the investigators are looking to move?
Well, we are looking at a case of kidnapping. We are looking at a case of conspiracy to murder and other charges that will flow from that.
And you're confident that of the prospect of laying charges on all of these persons?
Well, as I indicated earlier on, the evidence that we have is very strong, and we'll allow the administrative procedures to be concluded before we make that determination. As there are legal issues that basically prevent us from saying much more. There are legal hurdles, if I may use that term. But I'm convinced that we are on the right track. I'm convinced about the quality of evidence and the potency of the evidence. I am convinced, when I look at the material, that the evidence that we have garnered so far is very strong and very can stand up to any scrutiny in any court of law. And I must seize the opportunity to commend the people, the officers who are actually conducting this investigation. A lot of effort, it shows commitment, it shows tenacity. It shows that they really have the interests of this nation and the interests of justice at heart. And just as how the family members have a desire to see a closure to this matter, I think the officers are committed to ensure that the family members, they get closure to what I consider to be a very unfortunate situation, one that really forces any individual with a conscience to cringe.